So if you don't believe that anything is possible, I'm going to roll right into this chapter about how to be change. Be change is important because you've probably been wondering how people become successful in life quite often, as I did, and I went exploring, and you know what I found? Underdogs. All of them. Think of it. Stephen Hawking, Oprah, Bilyeu. Let's see, Jean-Paul, the famous hairdresser, even slept in his car. They're all underdogs. You're an underdog right now if that's what you're thinking. And if you want to shift the thinking, you have to really realize that change is what you're actually after. I don't want to change anything. I don't want to change the paint in my room. I don't want to change where my furniture is. I don't want to change my job. Remember, if you keep repeating the same thing, you're always going to get the same results because you'd rather be on a beach somewhere, or you'd rather be working with someone who is more friendly and a better boss. I can actually demonstrate in a room full of people how this changes lives when you start thinking about the word change. I can ask in a room very quickly, how many people would like to go on a vacation if I offered the vacation for free? A lot of people will put their hand up. Why they put their hand up? I'm not too sure, because they're in a conference and a workshop all about change and the fact that they may not want to change. Why did they put their hand up? A vacation sounds great. What you don't realize is that you crave it. What did you crave? Not the vacation, the change. You craved actually getting somewhere to explore. You got somewhere and you changed the language. You actually changed planes. You changed cabs. You changed outfits and wardrobe. You changed where you're living for the day and staying for the night. What you actually crave and thrive on is change. When you become accustomed to things in your world that influence you, that are positive, and you can keep looking and searching and actually taking it much like a buffet and choosing the people and choosing the time of day you want to do something and choosing the type of work you'd like to do, these opportunities are change. And to make those changes, yes, some things will get uncomfortable, but I will guarantee you it will be like the vacation. There'll be a time where you pause and look back over your shoulder and wonder, how did I do that? Why am I here? How did I even get here? By making the right choices for yourself and improving on your life and wanting a better life for yourself, change is going to be part of that. But it doesn't have to be uncomfortable. In our videos, we cover why, and we cover being decided. Those two things alone will make this next part about change way easier. If you want to go to the grocery store and you want to have a wonderful, positive experience, and it typically isn't, think about the experience before you arrive. Often this will happen in a work environment. You'll be thinking of dealing with someone that you're not really comfortable dealing with, and all of a sudden, you are always faced with this challenge that becomes repetitive, and now you're feeling really, really under the weather because of the way this person behaves. If you go into that environment and you believe that nothing there is going to change your state of being, then you can hold all these wonderful experiences for yourself and actually change the space. You change the energy where you are at that moment, at that time. Another great example of using change in any kind of aspect to get ahead with your mindset is actually think of a sports star, like an athlete, a racer, someone who's in a marathon or someone who's in a sprint. They often will think of them crossing the line well before they even get on the field. They'll envision crossing that line at a certain number, a certain speed, and they will then change their body chemistry and mindset to actually help them achieve getting across that line and the finish well beyond what their expectations were. They change what they were feeding their brain, and they envision crossing that line at that specific time, which would make them faster than before. Change is something we can create to make a positive effect in our world. If there's an area of your home, I guarantee you, if you spend one afternoon cleaning it up because it's full of clutter and you'd like it to be a nice, clean, wonderful space for yourself now, that 1/2 day that you thought you'd have to put aside everything to just go and get it done and renovated, if you just made it simple, clean, boxed up and packed, you would actually feel better in that environment. There are all sorts of energies around us. Our home environment is really important. Create a positive change in your home environment. That's something you can do. Clean up your act. We hear this quote all the time. It physically means clean up your act. And in that time, you will create a better, positive energy for yourself. You'll do the work and it'll feel gratifying. This is the kind of change that is simple. Changing a job, not always simple, not always comfortable, but it can bring you closer 1 step, 2 steps from where you expect to be in the future. And sometimes a change can actually be a setback. It can actually put you back to end up going many steps forward. Being uncomfortable means you're going to grow, you're going to progress, and we'll be covering that in the future chapters. We'll see you in the next one. If you liked anything in this video, please write down your takeaway and do me a favor and share it with someone you think deserves to hear how to improve their life, to get better and beyond where they are today. We'll see you in the next chapter.